What you are looking for in an awakening is available to you right now if you would just allow yourself to be yourself. No, not the self. No, 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 no. Not the self that you don't know anything about, the capital S self. Self. Lowercase self. You self. That's where it is. The apparent character. Oh. Wool over your eyes. But you keep dismissing as a separate character or not as important as the ultimate. That's the heart of where your awakening is. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yes, it is. But I don't like the separate self. I'm an idiot. Pastor Dave's totally gonna cut that fucking part out of there. I don't want to be the separate self. I don't want to be the human. I want to be the God. That one's better. It's in the very thing that you are denying exists or is important. That would be yourself. Yes, it's there. It's there. In fact, that's the only place it really can be. What you're looking for in an awakening is only found in authenticity. It's not in binging a zillion non-duality videos and understanding the concept and getting down the lingo of nothing's here, nobody's happened. It's not about that. It's not radical non-duality. Fuck radical, like I don't know what that means. It's radically, unapologetically being yourself. And it's not about some uncompromising message. It's about being uncompromisingly yourself. It's all fucking, it's so innocent. It is so innocent. And there's no lack of love. No. There's not. Love is innocence, it's authenticity, it's beautiful. It's so available to you. Not as this dumb fucking concept, dude. Non-duality. See, non-duality, like this radical non-duality, maybe non-duality in general, who knows, makes you think like a non-dual awakening. All this talk about it, it's not anybody's fault, they're just describing their experience. But what you'll do is you'll be like, oh, I'm here, a non-dual awakening is over there. What I want is inside of it, so I have to go find it, conquer it, keep it, and then I'll be done. Awakening is not going to complete you. Who gives a fuck about awakening? What people call awakening is really just authenticity. No resistance. I've been saying it. I've been understanding it a little better, I think. This is so innocent, though. It's so innocent, it's so free, it's sustaining itself. You know, we see innocence and we see innocence and we want to protect innocence. We also want to be close to it. But funny enough, we also want to ruin it. We want to control it and mold it. With practicality. Not saying that there's not a time to be practical or whatever, if that comes up. But we have this silly idea that we control love and love does not control us. We have this idea that control has a handle on chaos, when really chaos is allowing control to think that it's there. There's this guy that works at a thrift store that I always go to. It's this church thrift store. He's older. And it's very funny. Kind of. To me, it's funny. It's interesting. I lose a lot of things. I'm very kind of ditzy, very 1 foot in physical reality, if you want to call it that, and 1 foot in the more metaphysical wherever. Always been. So I lose my wallet, people would take my bike, and I'd always be okay. And I'd be like, okay. This guy always looks at me very, well, I know what you're thinking. And part of you guys judging whatever might be going on in that particular individual is part of what's wrong with the world. So maybe let's not. We're just observing. But he does look at me as innocence. There's something very endearing. People have this idea that innocence is dumb, though, that it's helpless. That it's, maybe they're right, maybe it is a little dumb. Maybe it doesn't know much. It sees everything now. But this man always has the need to kind of protect me, make sure my bike is locked up and stuff like that. And he'll pass me and be like, oh, you got such bad luck, stuff like that. Almost like a oy bendito type of thing. And it's like, he's not even Spanish, but that's like the only thing I could think of. Like, aw, you know. this need to protect what's innocent and also to change it because we think that it can't function by itself. Very weird. But there is the draw to be close to it. You want to be close to it. People don't know themselves as innocent. They're not aware of their own innocence. That's why they hide certain things. Push certain things in the dark. They don't want those things to be what they've judged about those things to be true. Those belief systems to be true. But innocence sustains itself. It manages itself just fine. Innocent love, innocent freedom, no expectation. It doesn't just manage itself as a person or something like that, because it's not just a person. It's everything that's going on. It's existence. Innocence, love. It's the totality of existence. It's like the parent thinking it has control of the child. And the child is wrapping its... The child has the parent wrapped around its finger. This sustains itself, and love has always been providing for you and me and the grass and the ducks and everything. And you know, I would have got my ass beat when I was little if I would have told my dad, I trust that love's taking care of me. Now I get the grown-up version, which is kind of looks and knowings that people are thinking, well, love doesn't pay my motherfucking bills. What if it does? Yeah, this thing is just, it's about being yourself. Not trying to alter yourself or be some other version of yourself. Everything you want and everything you want to be comes through being what you are right now, without trying to alter it. It's an allowing. It's available to everybody right now. We're all scared, you know? It sounds simple, but it's actually still difficult because there's so much programming. There's so much misconception about how reality works and your place in it that it's actually very hard to be yourself. It's very hard to make choices and decisions that are unapologetically you. It's also hard to be like a little in tune with it, but the more that you do it, the more familiar you get with your own expression. And everybody's honest, authentic expression, no matter how different they look, angry, ranting, sweetheart, cinnamon bun, whatever, no matter what the expression looks like, the fire behind the expression is one fire. One thing, one soul, not two. But it's not through dismissing the expression, it's through expressing yourself. It's not through dismissing the expression and trying to get there. It's about complete embrace of what looks separate. Not outside of you first, not trying to see yourself as the tree or something like that, but as seeing the parts of you that you think are the most risky to display. As equal parts of existence, just as worthy of an embrace. Just as worthy of existing, because it is. Because it is. It is existing. We're scared though. We think that if we express these things or follow what we actually want, that we lose something that's more important. We think if we compromise on the self in relation to love and relationships, that's how we end up not alone. That's how we get oneness. When it's the other way around, if you don't compromise on the self, things might fall away. People might fall away. But you'll never feel alone. You'll never feel alone. You would if you put yourself in a compromised position where you say, I compromise on who I am, I compromise on anything about you. I know that sounds impractical to the regular, because of the programming, it sounds impractical. It's like, oh, well, nothing's gonna work out if I... Yeah, shit that's not supposed to work out for you is not gonna work out for you if you don't compromise on yourself, and that's a good thing, right? How is that not something that you're absolutely ecstatic about? Those things just fall out of your existence and make way for things that really do resonate with who you actually are, so you don't feel alone in a relationship, or you don't feel alone in a job, or you don't feel alone. And you can actually connect with people, with anybody. Connect with anybody. We think it's a risk to be ourselves. That's what this is all about. It's not about some awakening. It's immediate, like I said. Authentic expression every moment and many blah, 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 blah. It's like that. It doesn't mean doing something every moment, doesn't necessarily mean action. It means following fire. It's a feeling. It is a feeling. I've run from that, and I think people that are into non-duality run from that too, because when you're into seeking, you're usually a very conceptual person, which explains why everybody is so into conceptually explaining what non-duality is through like their experience. Like, oh, it's like this, like all these descriptions are there, and descriptions are fine. There's nothing wrong with descriptions at all. They're cool. I like them. I like words. I'm a wordy person. I'm a conceptual person. I still like to think. But what you're looking for through these videos is not something you think about. It's not something that you try to feel and realize through a feeling either. You throw it away. You let go of it completely. And you feel into yourself. You feel the things that you personally have resistance to, preference towards. And you move with the separate character. You move with the expression. You don't try to force the expression to move with something, some idea. This, it really is bending to you. You don't bend to it. It's the most fun game here on Earth, because because there's so much programming, there's so much like believed solidity of the mind of the person, of reality itself. It really feels like there's barriers and stuff. It really feels like there's walls you have to burst through, and things that it's not a game of breaking through anything. It's like a sword in the stone type thing. It's really sitting there trying to pull a sword out of the stone with the most force, and it's just when it's lightly, no resistance, comes right out. And this isn't about becoming God. Still, I stand by it. It's not being about like a stoic rock always in neutral. Who the fuck wants to be in neutral all the time? Nobody. You would poof. You would die. You would die. You would die. You would like instantly explode or just vanish if that was the case. The point of being here in this layer of existence is for creation, for fun. It's where free will does happen. Ooh, yeah. It's where free will does happen, where happenings do happen. There's nothing wrong with trying to realize nothing's happening or whatever. That's like baseline, but that's not where things stop. It's not. Kind of knowing that center is what can allow you to kind of create things, material things, but also to experience joy. Joy, a welling appreciation for everything, where it feels like you're exploding with love all the time. And it is rainbows and butterflies and all that stuff. Not all the time, I'm sure there's things that happen, but you always know how to kind of recenter. You know what you are. But you don't need to go, oh, there's a butterfly. You guys are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And even if my separate expression does not understand you or resonate with you, there is a deep, deep felt thing that says you're from the same thing. I don't fucking know. There's a duck in a tree. In a tree. But yeah, this is all innocence. It's just is what it is. Somehow, the more that I trust that love is taking care of me, the more that I actually, like, it integrates into the actual psyche, which is the separate person. It integrates into the psyche, into what is the experience of me. And things are becoming more and more apparent, clear mechanisms, the way that the existence kind of, the structures that existence kind of works with, laws that work here are more apparent, and they're not as heavy because they're not seen as like a, it's taken very lightly. Everything's taken very lightly. There's ease. There's ease. That's beautiful. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. And you know, either way, I'm gonna have a good fucking time. That's the truth. Either way, I'm gonna have a good motherfucking time. There's no law saying I have to be miserable, you know? There's not. Oh, there's not a law saying I have to be in pain. No, there's not. Not physical, not metaphysical. Maybe physical pain, but either way, I'm gonna have a good time. Every second, every second, every second, every second, every second. And when I forget, every second, every second, every second, every. This is my fucking party. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm gonna have a good fucking time. I'm gonna love the people I love, and I'm gonna dance around with life. I'm gonna be so fucking free. I'm already am. People are like, oh, you're looking forward to the future? Yes, I am. Oh yeah, I am. I thought that didn't exist for you anymore. I'm just for the separate person. For the person. No. I don't give a fuck, dude. I still don't. I still don't give a fuck if this makes sense. I just want to say hi because I've been a big ball of appreciation lately. And not like that forced, you know, like the affirmation appreciation where it's like, I am so thankful for everything. I'm thankful for the ducks. I'm thankful for, you know, and then there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, do your thing. But I always thought that was kind of like silly where it's like, you're kind of trying to force yourself. I guess if it works for people, it works for people. I have a whole thing on why like affirmations kind of don't a lot of the time work, like why they fail a lot of the time. But I've just been genuinely appreciative. Like I look at everything and I'm like, holy motherfucker. Like every day, and I'll just be like riding my bike and it's like permanent smile on my face and welling love for the people that resonate with me that are currently in my life, for all the experience that I've had that has even been negative. There's a welling appreciation for everything, every barrier, every fucking restriction, everything that made me feel powerless and out of control. Because if there was never any of that, I would never feel the need to like if I would never felt trapped, I would have never felt the need to kind of bust out of the thing I wasn't really trapped in the first place. But it takes being absolutely powerless to realize how powerful you are. It takes feeling absolutely trapped to know how free you could be. It takes feeling like you're cut off from love to realize that there's never, ever, ever been a lack of it. And that's all, actually.